Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got game 2 of 5 coming up for you here in Starladder EU Day 20. Next.kz versus Sigma International.
Yeah,
What's good, LD? What's going on?
not much. I'm excited for the next match. I am a little... This draft is watching enough Next.kz.
We got a Dazzle hater over here.
Yeah.
First thing he says to me before I meet, what's with this Dazzle? What's going on?
They first picked Dazzle. Like, who does
Yeah.
that?
I don't know.
That hero's good.
Some teams. Some people probably...
Yeah, but you ban him in the first stage. That doesn't mean you think they're going to first overall pick Dazzle.
well,
Just means like you think they might pick him in the first stage.
Yeah, okay.
So.
I see the first pick versus second pick. I see. Splitting hairs a little bit, but...
That's not splitting hair. Oh, come on. First overall, this Dota's gotten weird.
This Dota. Let's see.
This is where you just bust out the axe. You just go quick axe and chop.
Yeah, I mean,
Chop your way right through that shallow grave.
You're definitely right in that Axe will give the axe to whoever has the grave on, but she's healing, he's minus armor, he's got a mini stun, a real stun. He's scary, man.
He's a good hero. I like Dazzle a lot. I don't know if he's first overall pick worthy, but then again, Sigma go Veno and Prophet, neither of whom are particularly like good at countering Dazzle per se. So
Yes.
Sigma just going for strong like lane controllers, hero like set pushers slash counter pushers here, but I do like the Veno pick a lot against Centaur in particular. Although they ended up picking a Centaur. Centaur's a hard time getting off his blink, but you can still use Stampede to initiate. So
Yeah.
Sigma opening Veno Nature's Prophet. They've opened with 0 crowd control, so they need to be banning heroes like Storm, I would say, in this stage, or plan on picking up a lot of lockdown with their next 2-3 picks.
Heroes that Next.kz could use to much avail here in this
And
game.
Next.kz does run Storm as well. I've seen them use it in the past, so
Yeah.
Sigma should probably ban that hero.
Yeah, definitely. It will be Whatafucka doing the drafting on the side of Next.kz, and of course Fada here doing the drafting for Sigma. There is a stand-in on the side of Sigma, 3-3 here in his stead.
Yeah, Sakshka did move over to the support role for this team. It's been Mad playing the safe lane carry. So
Is that true or is that troll?
no, I checked their profiles and it like
I saw Mad playing Bane yesterday.
really? Maybe it's only for certain heroes.
Yeah.
But I definitely saw Mad on the carry role, and I have one of them on my friends list, so I looked it up, and it wasn't like a fake, like they weren't just name swapping. So I don't know, maybe that was just for one game.
Yeah, switching things up. But
They'll ban Lifestealer here, maybe kind of,
yeah.
you know, haphazardly get like making the Storm pick a bit weaker. But again, now with the Shadow Shaman, that does shore things up a bit. So if Next.kz still goes Storm, in theory you've got the to help block him down.
Yep, and I think Shadow Shaman and Veno are two good supports when put on the same team because they each make up for what the other lacks. Veno has some slows, he's got high damage, and Shadow Shaman, well, he's not as high damage, but I guess he does a lot of crowd controls. And what I like to call Ward Cleave, going to be pushing down some towers, putting all those wards down. Oh boy, pain to deal with. So Sigma gearing up for a pretty hefty pushing drive to the Nature's Prophet as well. We'll see what they want to grab with their 4th pick, but it looks like we could be 2 for 2 games with some heavy push strats here, LD.
Yeah, Sigma are quite good at pushing, and Next.kz are pretty good at defending, though. They've got Song into the Centaur Stomp. They have Net into Centaur Stomp. They have good... I think Centaur in general is pretty good against all these wards. He's fairly tanky. The return damage isn't going to help you against them, but still, I think they're pretty decent at defending. Now, the question is, what are their next 2 picks going to be? I guess the support, but that would be really pushing it. Like you said, you know Sigma's coming for your towers early, and you want Song online as quickly as possible, just to try and slow down the push and maybe turn the fights.
Yeah, and if you go for that solo last game, it can work out pretty well against pushing strats, as we saw Fnatic did come out successfully with that strategy. But it can also backfire a little bit. If they gank the Naga early on, keep her down, and are really aggressive about taking the towers, I think the retry probably could have done a little more early. That's where the Radiance Naga can really backfire if you can't. If you've already lost all your outer towers and you're still not that close to the relic, things can get scary pretty quick. And Sigma will go ahead and grab themselves the Fairy Dragon with their 4th pick. Of course, that will be the puck for a little bit of initiate.
For everyone who continues to whine mindlessly on the stream, guys, we have not dropped a single frame yet. We have good FPS in-game.
Yeah.
Our connection to the server is good. We are not lagging, so if you're lagging, It's on the Twitch side of things. Click the wrench, let them know.
10
Hopefully they can
seconds
fix it, but
remaining.
Well said, LD.
otherwise, shut the hell up, because it's not us.
5 seconds remaining.
So I always like seeing Nugget and Dazzle paired together as well, because it's one of those small things, but when you put people to sleep with the Song of the Siren, you can use Weave, and it will still tick the armor on or between those heroes. Not a huge deal, but
If you use it while heroes are already slept, will it affect them?
I believe so. I know 100% sure if you put the Weave on, then use Song of the Siren, it'll continue to tick on, and
Okay.
I'm almost, I would say 95% sure, I'm almost positive that if you're slept and you, like it goes through it. You don't see that as often. Usually it's the former, but I know it will tick if it's already on.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, Enchantress from Next.kz,
Radiant's
so
ban.
Interesting.
pretty good pick here. I would say Sigma, a lineup that just wants to basically stall while they get the wards online, the Nature's Prophet ultimate, the Puck Blink Dagger, and this Enchantress can punish the offlane Prophet a lot, go for early towers. Even
10
loves to run dual lanes historically.
5 seconds
Not sure if we'll
remaining.
see them this game, though. They could run somebody with the Nature's Prophet, but unless it's a hero like Lich, it
Reserve
seems
time.
fairly pointless. So
Yeah, it's a little weird.
maybe just going to see them run the defensive tri-lane, offlane Prophet, in which
10
Yeah, curious who they're considering
seconds
here. I'm trying to
remaining.
think who would work particularly well with their pushing
Dire
lineup.
team
That
ban.
could also give them a little bit of carry power. They could do something like a position 1 Pugna if they really wanted to commit to this all-out push.
and you have a lot
Get
more
the
access
aura.
to late game.
Yeah, a good point. And on that same note, a Dro
10
Ranger
seconds
could achieve
remaining.
a similar feat with the aura and still be a carry. Probably a bit more risky,
5
but
seconds
That would be, yeah, they have
remaining.
4 ranged heroes, so
Yeah.
in theory, frontlines hero, and
yeah.
since they don't have that, I think Luna, in theory, she can be the frontliner once she gets her items up. So they'll ban Luna, which
Smart choice.
was kind of the
Radiant
safe carry
team
pick here.
And I think OD is a smart last ban from Sigma as well. I haven't casted an OD in a while. It's been quite some while since I've seen him
Dire
picked up.
team pick.
He's just lost a lot of momentum in general. You still see him banned occasionally, but teams just don't like the poor Outworld.
I'm not sure if Next.kz would have wanted to go for OD here anyway, because that means, first of all, they're running support Naga at that point. Well, no, actually, I guess Naga will be their safe lane farmer. But, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe... The thing with the OD pick is he just doesn't do much against the push, right? Like, he just sits
Yes.
mid, he farms. He's not good at clearing the waves. He's not good at counter pushing. The orb doesn't work on towers, so
seconds
pick. Sure, you can win the
5
mid lane versus
seconds
Puck. Maybe you win it hard, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't have like some great lineup to gank Puck anyway. So at
Reserve
best, you're just
time.
winning a war of attrition. And then Sigma gets level 6 on Shadow Shaman. What do you do against that? You just start
Yeah.
losing towers. So I don't think they would have gone OD here.
Yeah. So Morphling, the final choice for Sigma, and sort of an interesting choice. He doesn't bring too much to the table in terms of push, except he can clear waves pretty quickly with Waveform and Adaptive Strike. But one good thing about
10
Morphling
seconds
here is that if
remaining.
they knock down some early towers, that'll give Morphling a nice boost in his early farm, and that helps cure Morphling Syndrome a little bit.
Morphling Syndrome?
Yeah, he needs at least the Lincolns in most cases to come online. Usually he needs 2 items, I think.
Oh,
And
no.
We can have a remake here.
Uh-oh.
It's looking good. It's-
Mantis can't connect. Volvo, please.
Oh boy. I mean, you don't have to go Lincolns first. We've seen metas where that's not always the option, but generally speaking, at
He
least
does.
here in
He
the-
does. I definitely agree. He does need a lot of farm.
Yes, he needs a lot of items, and I'm always hesitant to click that disconnect button, but it looks like everybody's gone, so we'll.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. You
Where?
got this.
Oh,
You gotta click it though.
You
It's
got-
okay.
Gotta actually
Do
click
it.
It's so scary.
It'll be okay.
It just takes that one time when you disconnect when you're not supposed to, and they have to either remake for you or you're stuck just switching over to the ticket. And oh, that's like worst case scenario. But yeah. So get for whatever he wants, whether it's a Lincoln's, whether it's an Ethereal Blade.
I've awoken the ire of Twitch chat as well.
You have. Look at
My little lecture. They didn't like it.
look at you, man. Just
Dude, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Like I
so-
had to lecture them. They needed a lecture. The people, you got to put them in their place sometimes. These Twitch chat denizens.
Yeah. Well, you're braver than I am. You are eager to take a beating here. It seems.
I'm
Jeez.
getting pummeled right now. But I do like the Doom pick. It gives them some much needed crowd control versus Morphling. Now that morph before you Doom him, he continues to gain strength
Mhm.
and be morphed. So Doom is not necessarily the best way like counter for morph.
Is that one of those where you have to turn it on?
You have to
before-
toggle it before. Yeah, because he's still silent, so he
You're-
can't activate it.
Right.
But if it's
Okay.
already activated, he can strength morphing, which in some ways can make Morphling like one of the best carries to kind of deal with Doom. But
Conversely, it
at
could
the same
also-
time, he can't replicate out. If he doesn't get it off in time, he's squishy as hell.
yeah.
And if they have some follow-up damage, they can still kill him while he's Doom.
Yeah,
So.
it's one of those kind of weird balancing acts where they kind of counter each other in a way.
For anyone who's wondering, the remake was called for by Next.kz, so put down your pitchforks.
Yeah.
This was not a Sigma Gate Part 2.
So we're doing captain's mode though. Is this
Oh no.
is this a redraft or
I think they're just gonna click.
probably
They should have gone AP, but I guess they forgot.
that may have just been a little boo boo by the admins. Obviously these bans are a little bit comical, hitting the old random button.
Yeah, and they'll just pick
So-
the heroes in whatever order at this point.
So it should be this LD. Can we get some odds going on this this bad daddy?
This bad daddy. Let's see.
Team pick.
There are.
Okay.
And 29 XKZ, 71% Sigma. I think that's about right.
Yeah.
A little high. I'd say more like 65-35. Sigma is a bit better than people give them credit for.
Yeah.
They took down Power Rangers, who's quite a decent team, and they've had some good wins.
Yep.
Why did you laugh at that?
just I don't know. The Rangers.
Power Rangers is really underrated, I feel, though.
I totally agree. They have a lot of consistency issues, which is why people look at Power Rangers and go, Power Rangers, what a stupid team name. But they can tango.
Well,
with the
also their
best.
team name, doesn't lend
Yeah.
itself to be taken seriously, but
Yes. but,
Go Power Rangers.
generally speaking, I don't think I would use PR as a testament of, oh, Sigma, with all this great performance recently, they've taken out these...
No. Next.kz took out Power Rangers.
Oh, Next.kz did. Oh, okay.
No. For a team like Sigma, a big win for them is taking down a tier 1 team.
Right,
Like,
okay, all right.
like
I don't
a-
know if I misheard or you misspoke, but it's
If that's
pretty
Si-
standard.
if that's Sigma's crowning achievement, then maybe they don't deserve a 71%.
Yeah, exactly. So, for Next.kz, though, no, that's definitely good. And
A lot of
SC
their big wins have come on the Shadow Fiend solo mid as well.
For Next.kz?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least 2 of their big wins, but including the one against Power Rangers. But we'll see how they do without the Shadow Fiend. They're
Yeah.
running for Next.kz though. They can definitely take this late game because they've got Naga, Doom, and Dazzle. Like great backline support, a lot of damage from Enchantress. Their lineup's with farm, and we've seen Ultra Farm Naga can deal with Morphling quite well too.
Yeah,
They don't have much AoE to clear out the Naga illusions actually. Like early to mid game, yes, but when you put a Manta and a Heart on the Naga, then it gets a bit tough because Sigma mostly nuke damage. They don't have a flat cannon or a Medusa or anything that's really good at or Luna who's great at clearing the illusions
Yeah.
as well. So
I read that as we need 33 minutes because his name is W33 at first, and I was just like, I made that
No.
kind of like, are you joking, bro? Yeah, right. 33 minutes. That's insanity. But yeah, no, you're definitely right. And this Next.kz roster, this is one of these games where they're either going to have a good mid game and really give Sigma a run for their money, quell their pushing, and they're just going to get out of control. Or I could see Sigma doing what Sigma does best, is getting a small edge in the laning phase, exploiting that as they smacking Next.kz around with a fish, just all over the place.
smacking them around with a fish.
Smacking them with a fish. I think this is going to be a game that comes down to execution, and that's one of the things that Sigma has historically done really well, is pick a team that's really powerful in the laning phase, take those dual lanes, like have what you think of as a solid mid-game or late-game team. They just use that momentum to take a big edge. And
They're one of the more momentum-based
Yes.
top teams, although
more articulate way to express it.
they've
yeah.
been a little bit underwhelming lately when I've cast them. I think their results have been decent, but there was a period where Sigma was taking consistently games off of top teams, or at least giving them a really good run, heading into Starladder Season 8. Then they just flopped a bit at the LAN finals. They had that 30k gold lead against Na'Vi. And ever since then, there was a period where they weren't practicing that much. They took some time off. They've had some scandals here and there, but when they were winning, it was always, like you said, get an early lead and then kind of snowball it. And to me, Sigma's not as good. They haven't proven themselves as a team that can be down a lot and come back. Struggle to close out games as well. So Next.kz's lineup, not really a lineup you want to be struggling to close it out against. Their lineup is pretty scary with the farming levels.
Yeah.
Even
So-
here, like Enchantress late game.
Mm-hmm.
Against Morphling, normally is food for the Ebo.
I think Sigma will just be kind of pigeonholed into really doing some solid pushing early on. They need to knock down these Tier 1 towers pretty quickly and do some pretty crippling damage to those Tier 2s before that Radiance comes out, hopefully before Centaur can get a blink, knock down a couple towers. And, you know, before Doom really gets too scary as well. It's just,
Both lineups have their strengths. Sigma
Yes.
has really good initiation, really good pushing in the early to mid game. Next passive until they get their items. And in the mid game, they'll lack for damage unless the Naga's quite farmed. So Next.kz will have, I would say, they've got a really strong laning stage with the Enchantress. They can push early towers. Sigma may be forced to forfeit a tier 1. They'll probably just want to go for a trade at that point. Maybe TP and Veno to slow down safely in tier 1 as long as they get a trade there. And then in the mid game, it's where Sigma gets their Blink Dagger and Puck. They start forcing fights. And Next.kz may need to reserve the Stampede, the Naga ult defensively. Always have a TP ready on the Dazzle, but out while Naga gets huge. They're on Dire side as well.
Yeah.
And with Enchantress, you can easily take Roche early. Doom can bring some auras in. You've got the Dazzle heal. Untouchable to tank it. So, yeah, I think both lineups have their strengths. I would say Sigma's mid game is very scary. Next.kz and Sigma both have good late game. And Next.kz, strong laning stage with the Enchantress. So, let's see how the teams execute.
Yeah, you know, I keep noticing Mad is tagged up as 10 very consistently. Do you have any ideas there? We should have asked him when we had him on in the studio. Is he rebranding here? Is fucking Mad too vulgar and now he just wants to be the number 10?
I don't know.
10 Mad? There's got to be something behind it, but
I'm
just
is
not
it binary? I'm not sure.
binary?
On off.
That would be 2. So it's 2 in binary. I'm not sure if that's better than 10. But
I don't know, man.
a good read. I don't know. Have to poke him on Skype sometime and figure it out. But we've got a game on our hands. We will resume, and nobody up to too much trickery early on. A ward does come down from Sigma right here into the entryway of the Dire jungle, so that'll make Miggle's time a little easier. Sigma International on the Radiant side. Miggle will be on the off-lane Nature's Prophet, rocking that fungal helmet. We've got Fada solo mid on the Fairy Dragon Puck. And down bottom, we've got a little tri-lane going on here. Fucking Mad tagged up his 10, playing on the Venomancer. Pos will be on the support Shadow Shaman. 3-3 on the Morph lane.
Well, on the Dire side, you've got Next.kz, a team that can cause upsets. SC47 on the
Stallcat.
On the off-lane Centaur, we've got Whatafaka on the solo mid Naga. Thanks, I didn't actually know that was Stallcat.
Yeah, checked it.
Equal
yesterday.
on the Enchantress. Mantis on the... It's going to be, let's see, a Puck versus Naga mid will just be a farm fest. Offlane Centaur. This offlane Centaur could have a very bad time. These are some great supports for just zoning him out of lane and locking him down to get kills. But
Yeah.
top lane, early
invisible.
invis. They might be... it's going to be hard to kill Miguel at level 1.
Yeah, he did go boots first, as most offlane Nature's Prophets do, and Reeves will go ahead and grab Poison Touch. Level 1 initiates onto Miggle, and does a fair bit of harassment, not too shabby. Will actually take a tower, a little bit less effective, but well, all in all, not too bad, I suppose. Give Miggle a run for his money. Whoa, where'd that Dazzle come from?
Yeah, he did block this camp with a Treant, and he's also got the ward to spot. Actually, I guess the ward blocks it as well. So yeah, that camp's not going to spawn. They could stack and pull this camp. For now, the Dazzle's trying to zone Miguel out of lane, and he's doing a lot of work here, actually.
Wow.
Miguel's just going to have to TP out. That's a very early TP out.
He'll cancel it, but I think Dazzle could have maybe dove that. He doesn't have level, or he didn't have level 2 at the time, so it was a little bit risky, but one more auto attack, and I think that would have been a kill on the Nature's Prophet. So, makes the safe play.
Yeah.
Doesn't dive the tower, but probably could have secured a kill if he really wanted to go for it. At least made it a...
At
probably
the same,
would have been a 1
At
for
the
1.
same time, though, even though Miguel almost dies, he doesn't die. And now he's level 2. Your Centaur has yet to see a creep.
And he's in some trouble now. He'll take Shackle into Gale, and see you later. See ya, Stallcat. That's first blood coming out from Mad.
Just playing against a Veno as a melee hero. That, like, anytime you walk near the lane, he just starts right-clicking you. He's got the Poison Stain Harass. And that, again, Sigma very good at just killing off-lane Centaur, as I mentioned, before the lanes really started. And,
Yep.
well, you see it there. The problem for Centaur is not too many options, especially going boots first. We'll see a smoke going mid, although the rune spawns top, so they're not going to catch the Naga yet. But what does Centaur do? He's got boots first, no stout shield, can't really go woods. He's slow as hell in the woods anyway this early on.
Yeah.
He's just in a bad position.
What a fucker. He's going to move up the enemy's hill here in the mid lane. He's in big trouble. There's the Illusory Orb to start things off. Mad does connect with the Gale right before the illusions come out. Mistimes it slightly. Now Pos. He'll be doing plenty of damage. There's a Shackle available, but they won't even need it. They give the last hit to Puck, and Fada will grab this 1.5 minute mark.
If he did successfully Manta Dodge that, though, he would have lived. So definitely a good play. Miguel not having much fun top, but he's getting his levels. Already level 3. So, yeah, they're winning the off lanes. Now they're winning mid. And so far, the Enchantress hasn't really gotten anything done. They picked up a smoke on Dazzle, but Dazzle has not chosen to gank just yet. And I just feel like he's not getting much done here top. Sure, he's harassing Miguel, but once Doom eats a creep, he's got Stout Shield Boots and Rain of Bassi. He shouldn't need any help to lane, and Doom needs the levels too. So I'm not really liking the way the Dazzle's playing. I feel they should be either just pulling and stacking, or he should be ganky with the Enchantress.
Yeah, Dazzle's at that point now where he's level 3, still holding on to 2 of his skill points, and if he grabs that second point in Poison Touch, they might be able to secure a kill on Miguel here. And of course, if he shows his face, but Mantis, no points in level death, doesn't have any powers.
And equals wrapping around.
Yeah, he's got a Dark Troll Summoner. The Centaur will fall to the grips of time, and Miguel, he'll be hard-pressed to survive this one. He wants to port out, but that's not happening. The Ensnare will interrupt it, and see you later, Alligator. That'll be the first kill on the board for Next.kz.
Yeah, that's what they should be doing with the Jungle Enchantress. Didn't even need to smoke, actually, because they de-warded the one Ops here, and they probably realized that Sigma has an Ops bottom, so no observers elsewhere, and just walk in. Who needs smoke?
Yeah.
And they still have the smoke now, which means I don't know what they can do with it. It's going to be really hard to kill the puck mid with their lineup. So for ganking, but maybe they just use it to like counter gank bottom or just save it for the mid game.
Great timing on that gank as well. Now they've got some skeleton warriors here to tank the tower and a siege creep, so that'll make this push a little bit easier. And they no defense from Sigma, not that they're in a position to really defend anyhow. And this is the bread and butter of Enchantress here, LD. An early gank in lane, transition that into a pre-5-minute tower. And, well, Next.kz will take a little edge to get things rolling here as Doom is just about to hit level 5.
I am curious how Next.kz is going to take it from here. This is a greedy team. We've seen them go Midas, Shadow Fiend, solo mid before. The Doom could go Midas. I'm not sure if he will, but if they I wonder how greedy they'll play it, because if they play it really greedy and then Sigma, let's say, comes in with the sprint wards, Prophet starts pushing and joining the fights fairly early, and they get like a puck blink, that could end up going poorly. Speaking of the puck, going in mid now, but, well, Song gonna end the dive.
Yeah, Poss was trying to set something up here at nighttime, but his efforts will be thwarted. At least they burned the Naga ulti at level 6. It is a incredibly long cooldown of 3 minutes, so they'll have plenty of other opportunities to try and gank her. While that ability is stuck on cooldown, Morphling and Doom are going blow for blow right now. But W33 in free farm heaven down here on the Morphling. 1 creep kill until he'll have that level 6 replicate. He did go Power Treads first, and well, a little bit curious to see what he's going to pick up. Will he do just the standard Lincolns into E-Blade, or will he switch it up a little bit? Time will tell.
Yeah, Lincolns, you definitely can make the case for Death and then Doom you, but if you're quick, as soon as you level Deaths, you just replicate out. Speaking of that Doom, Next.kz's Doom, Mantis loves to go early Shadowblade. So normally he goes Phase Drum Shadowblade, Stalk Cat.
Yep. See you later, Centaur.
But yeah, I'm actually expecting a Shadowblade Doom. That's normally what Mantis goes for. And Shadowblade this game is it's just kind of a greedy item because, well, it's almost like a cocky item, right? Because if they come prepared with sentries, that item, sure, it gives you the move. You can't be invis that often anymore. Used to be you could run around invis like 2/3, almost 3/4 of the time. Now it's less than half, and you're also running around not fast.
Yeah,
less than half.
Well,
so.
He will go Phase Drum, so that'll help some of the movement speed issue. If he goes Shadowblade, he
smoke gank here.
Yeah, can still go Shadowblade, but he won't be going for a fast Midas. Going for a little bit more of a fighting Doom kind of build. Mad will be doing this camp, and the smoke will expire. Reeves and Equal just moving about the jungle right now, trying to see an opening. At least not quite yet.
In theory, Shadowblade is really strong if they're not ready, though. If they have sentries in the lane and they bait it out, they can just kill you, but if they're not prepared, if you catch a support on its own, that's an easy kill. So, going the other way. So it just comes down to the team's preparedness, and that's where Sigma will have to see if the Shadowblade does come out, if they're ready with the early sentries. Generally, as Doom, you like want to wait to buy it. There's no point sitting on the Shadow Amulet, really. It's a pretty useless item, generally, so...
Right.
Normally, you'll just wait and then buy it all at once, and then try and catch them by surprise with the first use.
But LD, you can Shadow Meld like the Night Elves and wait for somebody to walk by.
Yeah, in theory, mid lane, Coil. What a fuck out, what a grave!
Whoa, Reeves! That really was a nice grave. He got turned into a chicken right after. It doesn't get much closer than that. And, well, he'll keep his Naga Siren alive. Just beautiful support from the Dazzle.
Man, Dazzle's such a good hero.
Yeah, look
totally worth that first overall pick.
That was pretty clutch, though.
But that is the mark of a good Dazzle player, is carrying early TPs, because that's one of the hero's big strengths, is TPing and engraving.
Yep.
Like, even a hero like Shadow Demon, sure, you disrupt them, but they can't move away during that time. So, if the enemy's ready, they just sit there, camp it out, and then kill you anyway. So, it's really unique to Dazzle being able to do that.
Yeah, and what a fucker. He's actually doing pretty well on this Naga. His CS isn't too bad. He is number 3 on the net worth chart, just below that of the Morphling. And he does have boots, Ring of Aquila, no Quelling Blade, but that fast Radiance. He's off to a pretty darn good start. That rescue from Dazzle actually making a pretty big difference in his bottom line. Puck is at that scary mark, though, where he's level 8. Of course, he has Dream Coil, and he can just put out a lot of overall. And he will Orb and Phase Shift back, doing a good bit of damage to Wadafaka, but as Centaur comes in, Puck will be forced to retreat.
This is where Wadafaka's like, why are you getting your drums? I need my bottle now. I need it pronto, but yeah, once in a while your team does need the courier at the 9-minute mark, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just has to play defensively whenever the courier's not there. He goes in again, but there's a coil. What was he doing?
Yeah, saw the Siren, but that was way too close for comfort. But Fada almost seemed like he wasn't ready for it. Serious, but there you go, Miggle with the Wrath of Nature. What a fuck it, just way overextending. As you said, he just needs to play a little bit more passive in lane, and first things first, he charges forward with a Riptide. Yeah.
Fully bottled up first, and you can just farm with the illusions. You don't need to run your hero in there like that, so.
Well, little too
cocky play, and the thing is, this is where they could struggle, is if they start giving up kills like that, Shadow one creep away, they give up another kill like that, maybe Sigma takes a tier 1.
Yeah.
And then Morphling's pushing in bottom, maybe Prophet rotates there. 1 or 2 kills can easily result in losing 1 or 2 towers, and that means a lot of lost map control and more dangerous farming for Next.kz.
Yeah, Dazzle
who need a lot of farm.
We'll go ahead and throw a ward down here. The Observer wards, as they're supposed to be called, not the sex cams. I'm sure you saw that on Reddit LD. That was quite the hustle.
The Brazzer sex cams.
The Brazzer sex cams. These are cute little wards, but that was... I wish I had I had turned the camera on my face right when I noticed it. I was perturbed for a good 5 seconds just trying to figure out if it was just me or someone else was seeing as well.
Dota secretly sending you a message.
Yeah, well, it's just not very often you see a team use a name tag on wards. They're almost always called Observer Ward or Sentry Ward, not like, you know, Naga's favorite video camera or something. I was just a little bit thrown off, but I'm glad to see the players with a sense of humor keeping me on my toes. But speaking about toes, we've got Fada with a Blink Dagger here at the 10-minute mark. More like 11 minutes, I guess, by the time it gets delivered. But
and they're smoked, and they want to go on a mid, but there's no Blink on the Centaur. How are they actually going to initiate on this guy? They have to wait for his orb and then go immediately, but they're wrapping around now. It's just so hard for this team to kill Puck. It's where they really need like a Blink Doom or a Blink Centaur. And even the Centaur, you can just phase shift and try and orb out if he's quick. He's diving. What the fuck, a mid? Solo kill while the smoke gank was coming from the backside.
Yeah.
Fada just kind of lucky to dodge that gank, honestly, but no, Next.kz. Are they going to get anything? There's wards here. I don't know about this dive.
Yeah, they will get the kill onto Posp, and the wards come out. Okay, they get the kill. Will there be any
1 for 1, but they're losing the Naga mid is a big loss for them.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that smoke was going to wrap around mid. I was not quite expecting Fada to drop him so quickly, but a good read from the Fairy Dragon.
Yeah, it was one of those things like my team smoked mid, I can play aggressive, but then his team went just the long way around and he didn't back off immediately.
And also, Fada had just picked up the Blink Dagger, so they probably weren't quite prepared for the Puck. I guess they could have seen it.
Well, it's daytime and there's an Observer Ward here, so they definitely should have seen the Blink. But
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Big kill. And that's where the Son's on cooldown as well, so nothing he can do there.
So Naga level 8, and you know, a few minutes ago, Naga's farm was looking good, like, okay, 1,200 gold, and now it's been about 3 minutes worth of progression, and Naga is still sitting in a pretty similar amount of savings, around 1,400, taking back-to-back deaths, and now 0, 3, and 0.
Now smoke gank for Sigma. Wadafaka does have his Son now, though, but they can maybe force it out. There's a Hex ready.
And there's the Gale. It does connect. Can Poss get in position? There's the Hex. Stops the Song of the Siren from coming out. Shallow Grave finally gets the Song off. And yeah, in comes Equal with the Nature's Attendant to try and heal up his buddy. They'll keep the Naga alive, but like we were just talking about, once you force out the ultimate, I mean, Sigma really didn't use any intense cooldowns right there. That was just basic harassment, a Gale, and a Hex. So there's nothing stopping that from doing that
Mantis
again.
has Shadow Blade. He's trying to go on the bottom lane. This could be a kill on the Morphling.
Oh.
Although he's got 1,200 health, he's Agi-morphing right now, and he gets doomed while Agi-morphing. Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a double kill coming out in the mid lane while this is going on. W3 will certainly fall. Very unfortunate for him. but the Naga Siren as well as the Enchantress both get picked off. Now this is an open lane. Miggle pops in, he ports in, and this tier 1 tower will fall.
I think he turned it off right as the Doom was already done. And he had IG morphed just enough that it was quite an easy kill.
Yep.
But Sigma are playing it well still. Sure, they lose the Morphling, but this is where the push mounts, and with the Nagasan on cooldown, you can't really do much to stop it. In fact, Reeves...
So that will tie up the tower count for now, 1-1, but Mantis down bottom, he's doing some quick work at this tier 1 tower. Like you mentioned, the Shadow Blade is online, port in from the Venom, slightly out of deny range, sitting at 200 HP. What a fuck it. Going back to farming here, and could we see an engage in the mid? Fada and Pos might get sandwiched. Reeves on the high ground by the Ancient. No, it's What a fuck it that gets initiated on, and he's in big trouble. Miggle ports in. Blink Dagger from Fada to start it all off, and, well, it's just such an easy kill when you have a Shadow Shaman nearby to use that Hex. It's only level 1, but it's enough to catch Naga off guard.
Yeah, Doom's coming in, but no Doom for 30 seconds. So they take the tier 1, they kill off the Naga again, and... she can't be dying like this. Doom is not going to carry this game by himself. Not when Morphling's getting this much farm. Certainly not when the puck is this early of a blink. And Fada actually is going in top. He's got a coil here, but can't quite catch the Centaur, who just picked up blink and blinks out. But yeah, Fada's going to have a Hex fairly early at the rate he's going, assuming he rushes one. So they really can't just have a farm Doom. They need a farm Naga as well, and she's just not getting the farm.
Yeah.
Too many deaths.
Yeah, and I mean, What a fuck it, he has played a little too aggressive in some of these cases, but it's really just been more Sigma putting constant pressure on him, not giving him a lot of room to farm. And usually you would see a Naga just rotate into the jungle, but unfortunately they have this Enchantress, and she's commandeering the jungle right now. So there's just not as much room for Naga to free farm around the map as you would see.
She's made some boneheaded plays though, like that song TP out, then didn't have a TP and then got hit by Prophet ult. The playing too aggressively when she hadn't used all her bottle charges. Even some of the times where she would have died, it was Reeves that TP'd in and tried to bail her out. So, yeah, I definitely agree. It's harder for her to catch up with the bad start, but a lot of these deaths were avoidable. Like, even the smoke gank mid where the Fada dove her, she had a ward, she saw the Blink Dagger, and she still just played too aggressively.
It's a combination of factors for sure. Definitely, What a fuck is not the strongest Naga Siren we've seen compared to some of the others that make it look just so easy, and it's a deceptively difficult build to pull off. Once you get the Radiance, that's when things get easy. But if you're up against knows what you want to do and they'll try and punish you, it's pretty easy to have this where you fall behind. It just takes a couple of spills early on, a couple of missteps, and now Naga's in big trouble. Puck has a blink.
There's a double smoke. Both teams are smoking. This could be really good for Next.kz. They just saw the orb top. They haven't used... Oh, they have used the Shadow Blade. Oh, Fada.
Oh, yeah. Fada's in trouble. There's the Doom ultimate, and Puck is definitely going to fall here. But the point I wanted to make is Naga is still in trouble when these ganks come because there's a Dagon on Puck on Pos on the Shadow Shaman. So
I really like Dagon this game. You can burst down the Dazzle before you can get off Grave, and like you mentioned, you can just kill Naga while she's silenced. So normally with Naga, it's not until you get Manta, bottom lane, blink in.
Yep. See you later, Venomancer. He'll get dropped by Stallcat's Centaur. That's the burst damage that the War Runner can put out. And an easy kill on the squishy Venomancer as Morphling did replicate out. Up top, Doom actually gets stuck inside of a Sprout, but no. Miggle has no detection, but he's actually going to go Shadow Blade himself. This is a very classic Nature's Prophet build. Brown Boots into Hand of Midas, straight into Shadow Blade. One we don't see too often. We just talked to Bulldog about this the other day in the studio. You know, he said it's not as strong as it used to be, obviously, as you mentioned, changing the uptime with the... You can only be invisible for 12 seconds with a 28-second cooldown, less than 50% uptime. Much different than how it used to be, but still is viable on Nature's Prophet if that's your cup of tea. And in the mid, we did see a Gale actually come out on creeps, but follow-up won't be there. Just keeping it steady. Let's take a gander at the gold graph. And Sigma, with about a 3,500 gold lead, 2,500 experience, they're in okay shape. They're still doing a good job putting this Naga, keeping this Naga
bottom
down.
lane, they're going to make a go here. What a fucker.
Ooh, yeah. Speak of the devil on the Naga. There's the blink forward from Fada. Miggle showing off that Shadow Blade, and, well, that's an easy kill on the Naga Siren as Puck shows off that Blink Dagger. Or, pardon me, that Dagon. Why do I keep confusing the two? It's a Dagon, not a Blink Dagger.
They're killing items. Mid lane, Mantis tries to go in with the Shadow Blade, but now he gets turned around on. I don't know about this commitment, though. They'll lose one. Well, they lose two.
He throws the Doom ultimate out onto Pos, so now Morphling can feel a little bit more brave here. He does have a wave form and an adaptive strike available, but Enchantress on the high ground with some Nature's Attendant. Now W33 in a little bit of trouble. You see the Shadow Shaman get picked off by the Centaur around the backside. There's the Stampede. Puck comes in. He'll finish off Doom, and that makes it a
They're TPing forward. They're not done
Ooh.
yet. Miguel's going on mid.
See you later. Equal, perhaps? No, Miggle. He'll get caught by Stallcat with the hoof stop. Uses the Shadow Blade. He'll be able to walk away. So a 2 for 2 across the map if you count that Naga who fell before that fight started. But less that, it was a 2 for 1 in the mid going the way of Next.kz.
Wow. Well, the Doom dies that time. Naga, she's just given up on Radiance. She's got Ultimate Orb here.
Wow. What's that? Is that a Linken's?
It might be a Manta, just so you can Manta out of the Puck silence.
Okay, yeah, that actually
but
makes more sense.
I mean, it could. Linken's is also good versus the Blink Shadow Shaman. The problem is who's going to do the damage for this team. Doom will be kited for like all day, all night by E-Blade Morphling once he gets it. Just all the lockdown they get, Gale, the Hex, even you can ground sprout him even when he's got the BKB. Doom can't carry this game in terms of being their only damage dealer. That's just not going to happen, and I don't know who else will. Enchantress is quite... I understand the Ultimate Orb. It's a bad situation for Naga, but I feel like this is almost a losing item choice. Now they almost... She's got to get her next 3 items before they fight, but she's not going to farm them quickly.
Yeah, Doom's working on a BKB next, which is definitely a good item and definitely useful in this game, but won't do much for their damage output, which is really their big problem right now. Mantis does have an ultimate available. Will Shadow Blade into the Morphling. Morphling looking to TP out. We'll go ahead and cancel it once to start morphing that strength in case he gets ulted by the Doom. That was an awkward waveform right there. He kind of hopped to the high ground and then got scooted down on this side of this cliff. So that was actually a pretty clutch waveform right there. Makes an easy getaway.
Yeah, Doom went for the right click first, and then he still had to level death and Doom, but Morphling had a replicate up. So if you level death, then he's just going to replicate out anyway. So he didn't even bother, and Morph will live.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, this is where Shadowblade Doom, sure, in theory you can kill Morphling, but once the Linken's comes out in practice, it gets difficult. So he may just be better off hunting Miguel, which is what he's doing.
Shadow Shaman's in big trouble. He'll take the rotation from the Centaur, but he will throw out the head. The other side of the trees, Miguel's in big trouble. He'll get doomed and killed, and that'll be a 2 for 0 here in the top lane. Yeah, nice little bit of momentum for Next.kz coming out.
That is what they need. They need a lot more of that, though. Morphling still farming pretty well overall and not being shut down. Has he picked up his next item? Actually not farming that great, all things considered. The Doom is the leader in net worth.
Yep, by a pretty decent margin as well, just about 2,000 gold, and a lot of that is just the power of the Devour. He didn't go hand to Midas, but frankly just doesn't need it here since he had so much room to farm, though. I guess it wouldn't have been a bad Midas game. We'll see. Next got no minus armor, and this is a bit risky. Puck comes in, wants to finish off the Dazzle before he can Grave, but that won't happen, and Shadow Wave will be enough to keep everyone alive. Weave comes out and only connects on 3 of the 5 heroes nearby. Fada reinitiating. He wants Reeves. He forces out the Shallow Grave. And we'll take a Poison Touch. One more auto attack. Not enough, but Miggles comes in. That'll secure the kill. Now Naga Siren. He gets stuck inside of the Rasta wards. Will get crowd controlled. See ya, what a fucker. And now Mantis. He's the one taking some damage. Going forward from Paz. He will actually die to the tower. Sets up the kill onto Equal, though. And Sigma will still find a great exchange. A 1 for 3.
This reminds me of the old mouse sports. Back when he was really making a name for himself. He played Puck every single game, it felt like, and just carried his team. In fact, people were saying, like, oh, he can only play Puck. Well, we later found out that's not true, but he is making the plays right now. Creating space 8, 1, and 4, and just doesn't die.
Oh, he hops in, but will be to no avail except a death, and the tower still falls. So Sigma make it a 1 for 4 and the tier 2 tower mid. And they also stop Roche, so that was just a huge victory. Now Puck has that huge chubby Dagon, level 4. And any other big items coming out? Not quite yet, but Morphling does have 1,700 gold.
Yeah, once they get E-Blade, they have E-Blade Dagon without having to build both on one hero.
Yeah, that's really scary. Mech on the way for the Centaur. He's got the recipe as well as the headdress. Is there a buckler sitting on the courier, perhaps? Yes, there is. So Mech is complete on the Dire side, just waiting for Centaur to respawn, which is good news. Also, BKB up on the Doom. Baby steps here, but Naga actually not going to Manta. It looks like it will be a Linken's Voidstone in the inventory. I suppose it could be a Sheep, but Linken's makes much more sense.
Yeah, she almost needs both to deal with the Puck and the Shadow Shaman, so yeah. Tough situation.
Oh, speak of the Puck, doing a lot of damage to Wadafaka, but now Fada overcommit will take the Doom ultimate. Also takes a crit from Mantis, who's taken up that pack leader's aura. And, well, they'll just turn it around, and that's a 600 gold bounty going the way of Mantis on Doom.
Sure, Naga's not going Radiant. She still is pretty scary with enough levels and farm, but it's just going to be a while. So this is where Sigma When you lose the puck, just split push stall. They are hiding behind bottom, though. They could get caught out here. Already the gem's been dropped by Fuds. That Mad just casually on the ground.
Yeah, wards come down. Mantis pops his BKB. They will make it a 2-0 as they kill Venomancer and the Shadow Shaman. It's just the Morphling down here now.
I think Mad wanted to hide the ward. He wanted to hide the gem in the trees and then go in and suicide.
Yeah.
But he dropped the gem next to himself. They came and found him, and then he died anyway. So gives away the gem, gives away his own life.
Yeah.
And really, he just wanted the suicide bomb and try and slow down that push with the ult. But
Centaur.
that was quite the misplay there. Free gem.
Yeah, Centaur takes the gem. They secure the tower kill down bottom, and then they make it up top to deny that tier 2 as well. So Next.kz handled themselves very well in that case and put a solid dent in the lead that Sigma have set up for themselves. Now about 7,500 gold lead and still hanging on to that 3,000 experience lead. And let's see, looks like the Nature's Prophet will be working on a Scythe of Ice, Ultimate Orb in the inventory with 3,200 gold, so it won't be too long before he picks that up. Fada could be in some trouble in the mid lane. Doom ultimate down for another 12 seconds, so Fada will be able to make it away. But Doom has proved to be a pretty smart pick this game. 6-1 and 2. He has set up a lot of the kills that Next.kz have on the board.
Yeah, Next.kz love their Doom. They've been running it a lot, and it's been a high impact hero for them. And with this build, I still don't feel the Doom will carry this all by himself, but hey, if Naga got some utility items, maybe they farm up something like an Ag, so an equal, although he's going BKB, so not gonna have one for a long time. They do have they definitely have a strong late game. It's just right now the only hero who's even close to late game is the Doom. So I'm not sure how well they'll be able to take it, but they're only 25 minutes in, and in terms of golden experience, it's pretty close. So if you're Sigma right now, well, it's just Fada trying to make plays. But you can see the ult orb is playing off. Wadafaka, not an easy solo kill anymore.
And that'll get a lot more difficult once the Linken's is complete. Only about 400 gold to go until Wadafaka will have enough for that Ring of Health. And Punk won't be able to drop that combo, but still putting pressure on Naga, making him think twice when he farms. At least Fada is staying active around the map. We mentioned the Scythe of Ice inbound for Miggle, which will be a big item pickup. And
oh, they're going on the Morphling top.
Rasta. Ooh, yeah. See a W3-3. No, wow. He goes to break the Linkens and he'll replicate out. Great reaction.
That was just kind of unfortunate timing because the replicate was about to expire, so he was going to replicate out anyway. But
yeah.
He just took a ton of damage.
He survived.
What was that from? Was that the Imp? He lost like half his health randomly in the woods.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I took the camera off right before it happened. I don't know.
Was Enchantress? She was there top, right? Yeah, I think her Impetus followed it.
Oh,
did the max damage that it can, which was like half his health.
Yeah, that must have been it. That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not spells here, and he just like instantly lost half his health. But
yeah, that's probably a good explanation.
They're used to it. There was a time when Impetus, there was no cap on how much damage it do, so you could like just kill heroes if they were far enough away.
What is the cap now? Is it a damage cap or is it a distance or?
It's capped at 2,500 distance, which means.
Oh, I see.
20% of 2,500 in pure damage.
When in doubt, press hold.
That's 500.
Yeah,
500 pure
500
damage.
Pure damage. Yeah, that's a lot, and that would be.
Well, at level 16, it's 25%, which means what? 750.
Yeah.
That's my math, right?
I think so.
750 times 4 is no, that's not right. 600.
Well,
it's like around 600.
Like
625 or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it's still a lot of damage, but yeah.
I left my calculator downstairs, LD.
It's 625. There you go. Math is hard.
Yep. Doom is going for an Assault Cuirass, it looks like. Does have the Hyperstone now, and very close to level 16. So the ult will be that much more potent. Roche is still standing. 27 minutes in, we saw that one attempt from Next.kz. It was repelled by Sigma, and no one else has shown too much interest. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. We talked about how easy it would be for Next.kz to try and take a roast with the Enchantress between the Untouchable, the Nature's Attendants, and the additional creeps. If they had a medallion up, could kill Roche pretty easily if they smoked into the pit, but they just don't seem to be too interested.
It's just a little risky. If they get caught in the pit in a bad situation, and there's a puck there, really strong around the pit, he can instantly assassinate somebody. Veno's likely to hit a 4 or 5 hero ultimate. Sure, it's only level 1, it still hurts. And fighting against the wards is also tough, so they definitely can Roche. They just don't want to blindly go in there. And right now, in terms of vision, it's decent, but
could be better. And whoa, we'll see a kill on Centaur while I'm looking at
Fada's diving the base. The Prophet ult cleans up the kill, and they're gonna TP out. And they baited out the song. I don't think Sigma saw the song though, because he had already TP'd out.
Yeah.
Oh, they pinged him. Oh no, I think they know. And now they're going. They're going on this Enchantress bottom.
Yep. And Equa will just try and port out. Great stomp from the Centaur. Buys him some time, but it's not enough. Morphling comes in time. Miguel still uses that new Scythe device, and Enchantress
They can go Roche
fall.
now. They know the song's on cooldown. Goodness.
Yeah.
He should have canceled the song. He ran down the ramp with the song still on, and I think it hit a Radiant Creep for a second. And Fada, very, very attentive, immediately pings it. That is an absolute catastrophe. Like, let him... He gets the kill, that's one thing, but showing that you use the song, and then showing the Enchantress bottom to this ward, and losing another hero, now that's Roche. And that could just be potentially Rax. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's that swing of momentum that Sigma needed, and this Morphling is...
Now they've got E-Blade, Dagon level
Yep.
4. It's actually Dagon level 5 if he wants to upgrade it.
Yep. And that's where things get really scary. Pretty much whoever gets E-Bladed is dead, no matter what. Morphling Shotgun on top of the level 4 Dagon, it's just too much damage. They might not be able to focus down the Doom with it straight away. He's got almost 2,000 HP, but any of the more squishy heroes, the Dazzle in particular, he'll die in the duration of a Waning Rift.
Yeah, there's things like Lincoln Sphere, which can block the initial E-Blade. You can use it on your teammates, maybe to block the follow-up Dagon. And you have Grave, but it's E-Blade Dagon is just so fast. It's really hard to react to it.
Miguel will teleport into the mid lane. Mantis takes the Scythe of Ice. A lot of damage coming from the puck. See a Doom. That's a kill. Morphling grabs the last lot of momentum. With Doom dead, they'll be able to take a fight pretty handily down bottom. Mad taking a lot of damage, but Stallcat will get turned into a chicken. Poison Nova comes out. Toss hiding in the trees. A little bit afraid of this Centaur right now, as he should be. Support is in the Radiant side, but it might not be enough to save Poss. Reeves, he's in some trouble. He'll get the Shallow Grave off on himself. What a fuck, in some trouble as well. The Song of the Siren just connected the Centaur in the trees. There's the Shackle, and
They just like collapsed.
Yeah, that's a disaster for Next.kz.
This game was very close until about 2 minutes ago when they showed that they had used the Naga Saw on top. Immediately, Sigma goes for the kill bottom, then they take Roche, now they get 4 more kills. They're going to break the base. It just shows you the game doesn't have the level 3 ultimate yet. We're 30 minutes in. If you have a good Naga game, you'd have it by now. And then you'd have a 1 minute cooldown. It wouldn't be as big of a deal.
Yeah, morph well. And we'll scoot back to safety. Roster wards came down, Glyph was burned, and that's the first lane of Rax complete. And now Sigma, they're just in great shape. They can kind of slow siege an Next.kz, wait for that next, and just rinse and repeat. They still have the Aegis in tow as well.
Yeah, great fight for them. And they take the Rax. The wards cool down. They can just go for another lane of Rax, pretty much. Aegis still online on the Morph lane. He's not too far off of his next item. And normally you want to get a pick off before you break the base. Well, that's very easy when you've got a Dagon level 4, a second
Fada hopping forward, but Mantis was invisible nearby. They'll drop Enchantress with the shotgun, but Doom Ultimate comes out on the Fada, and that will be a kill onto the puck.
They might get the Morph lane here as well, but he's got Aegis.
And he is morphing strength.
He can replicate out, though.
Yeah. So there you go. Replicate way down here. And maybe not. They'll have enough damage to take him down before he can replicate.
Lol.
Wow.
Man, that Dazzle heal did a lot of work.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. And Stallcat was the one to grab the last hit. That's a nice 900 gold bounty going his way. And there's his Blade Mail on the Centaur.
They just fed away the Aegis and 2 of their cores. Well, sure they took Rax. I would say the game's not over yet. Not 100%. The concern is, where's the damage for Next.kz? They've got Doom. Anyone they Doom can be killed, but what do you do about the other 2 cores? There's 3 very farm carries. Prophet, Morphling, and Puck, and I just don't...
Yeah.
This is where, if Naga hadn't been forced to go Lincolns, could have had, like, 2 more items by now.
Miguel, he was just toying with Mantis right there. Poss was inbound. He blinks forward. Actually burns the Rosta wards, but they secure their big hitter. 60 seconds with him in the grave. Definitely worth it. And what a fucking just farming away in the jungle. He's working on his Yasha. Actually has it complete, but...
I do like the way Sigma's itemizing this game. They know they're up against Doom. Their cores are building damage. Puck went E-Blade. Now he's going... he went Dagon. Now he's going E-Blade. Morphlane, standard Morphlane, going damage. And even the Prophet's going Maelstrom. So if you don't Doom... Whoever you don't Doom, they'll actually hurt. And they can't really be ignored. So just a smart way to kind of itemize against the Doom. And a nice adjustment from standard builds.
Yes. The E-Blade is just about complete on Puck as he is looking to grab that Ghost Scepter. And there's the Mjolnir coming out for Nature's Prophet. Oh, boy. Next.kz, you guys are in some trouble. Assault Cross did come out on Doom as well, but they're just you can feel the difference right now. That 15,000 gold, 14,000 experience, the itemization, much more progression on the side of Sigma, and Next.kz are just getting out-leveled at this point, with the exception of Mad, who is the lowest level, sitting pretty at 11, just barely having enough experience for the level 2 Poison Nova. See Nature's Prophet at 20, Puck at 19, and Morphling tied with the Doom at level 17. A pretty big disparity there. There will be a 5-man smoke as well as a defensive weave coming out from Next.kz, so they the aggressors here. They will press out, and perhaps they can catch someone and pick up a kill or two. Although Sigma are grouped up, so this won't be an easy 5 versus 1 kind of engage. The only one not here is the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, they just smoked. They're going to go back in.
Smoke on smoke. This is getting dirty here, LD. They'll get revealed. The jig is up. Fada hops forward. He'll start things off. First to fall will be the Doom, and that is great news for Sigma. A lot of damage out coming the other way. Lost awards come down, Equal taking some damage. Shallow Grave out on Reeves, but this Morphling is just hurting way too much. Pos doing plenty of damage. The Centaur as well as the Dazzle get picked off. And now what a fuck. He's in full retreat mode. Song of the Siren comes out. Morphling, he's morphing the strength. This will be a 1 for 5.
Oh, he's got E-Blade soon. That was a really nice replicate forward, and that'll be the death of Whatafugga. It's a team wipe. This should probably be game. Unless they have like 4 or 5 buybacks, they have
None.
0 buybacks. That's game.
Yep. 30 seconds to just go ham on the base.
It was just that one bad fight. The yeah, like the earlier engagement where they just started getting picked off. All of a sudden, they lose 2 cores. They waste the song top, and then immediately it's into the Roche pit for Sigma.
Yeah.
If they just hadn't wasted the song, or at least had known that they had wasted it, I think they could have at least made more of a run for it. It was going to be tough against Sigma late game, but especially with Naga not going Radiance, but that just like put the nails in the coffin, really.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet will head up to the top tier 3 as Next.kz do respawn. Naga down for another 15 seconds. They might be able to grab some recovery kills here. Sigma won't be able to seal the deal quite yet. And maybe they'll get a kill on the Miggle. They'll definitely get a kill on the Miggle. They also find a kill on Puck. That Centaur who finishes him off. So again, Sigma may be getting a little bit sloppy. They'll throw away 2 unnecessary deaths, but the damage has been done. 2 lanes of racks to nil. There's actually a tier 1 tower still standing in the mid lane for Sigma. That shows how large the disparity is between these 2 teams in terms of map control.
Yeah, they still have a tier 1 up at 36 minutes against Naga Enchantress.
And it's the mid tier 1, which is that central access point. Probably the most valuable tower here for Sigma right now.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most important. And again, it just goes back to the Naga. She died way too much early. There's a freaking Dagon on the Puck before she even had like more than 2.2k gold.
Yeah.
So she was never close to Relic, so she says, okay, I have to go Lincolns now. There's also Shaman, but the problem is it just put too much strain on the Doom. Doom is just not really built to carry against this lineup. Not 1v5, and like he's gotten a lot of solo kills, but when his Doom's down, it's just no one else cares about him, really.
Yep.
And that spell has a decent cooldown to it, so.
It certainly does. And Mad did get his gem back. It wasn't in that fight, but actually the fight before. So that's just worth mentioning, I guess. He got it back. That's always got to be a good feeling when a support loses his gem and then they win a team fight and you take it back and it's just like, aha! You have returned to your proper owner.
Yeah, especially when it's been forsaken you for so long.
Yeah.
He's been missing that gem for ages. Now they're going to smoke Sigma Will, and they're hunting for a kill. One more kill. That's going to be 2-3 lanes of racks. Or, sorry, 3 lanes. They've already got the 2.
And it's Mantis who gets initiated on. Pos hops forward with the Hex, and Jesus, he just gets pooped on.
Morphling didn't even get to use his own E-Blade.
Yeah, that was all Puck right there. That was, ugh.
I like this E-Blade Morphling Dagon Puck combo. It's very cute.
Yeah, it's cute and surprisingly potent.
Yeah, it does have some weaknesses. If the enemy team is running like a strong BKB carry like a Luna, then it's quite useless in most situations, but it has its benefits.
Song of the Siren, it doesn't stop the Rost awards, but they will be able to pick up a little bit of extra gold. Buyback from the Doom. Maybe they can set something up here. Pos gets obliterated by the ulti. Miggle in some trouble as well. He'll fall. That's a 2 for nil, but Morphling going around the backside. He'll finish off the Centaur. A buyback coming from the Nature's Prophet. Also a buyback from the Centaur. Now Reeves some trouble on the low ground. Here's the teleport in from the Nature's Prophet. Another beautiful grave. Gets the weave off before he goes down, but he will be slated to fall as Morphling lays in the right clicks. Now Next.kz coming out of the base a little bit, looking to find some more recovery kills. That's a dieback on the Nature's Prophet. Morphling taking heavy damage as well. He will be cheeky with that wave form. Won't be enough to keep him alive, and Sigma do get repelled. Fada's in some trouble, and he very well may get cleaned up right here. That's the Panic Puck phase shift. Will
Oh, he's
blink
gonna
up,
make it.
but-
No, he goes down to the Enchantress.
Yep. The
The
negative
urn. The
Yeah.
urn. Wow. Well, they defend. It
Yeah.
was expensive for both teams. The Naga died. She bought back. The Centaur died. He bought back. And the
Doom died and
Prophet
bought back,
died and
too.
bought back and died again. So Prophet had the dieback. Can Next.kz just go? There's a tier 1 and a tier 2 mid. So. And a glyph. So I don't see them breaking the base here, but they can get a lot of gold out of this.
Puck and Morphling have buybacks, so worst case scenario.
And
they're
they might
forced to
get
burn 'em.
Roche. They might get Roche. Not too shabby for Next.kz.
Yeah, they're making a hold.
This corpse has a pulse. It's like you're about to put the coffin underground, and then the person just pops out. It's like, no, I'm not dead.
It was all a scam.
Still gonna be tough for Next.kz, even after this Roche, though. They'll have it's only Aegis. There's no cheese here, and that fight was just like a perfect initial. What Sigma could have done is just tried to rat more with the Prophet instead of TPing in to the fight. He could have just been split pushing mid. I think Sigma just got cocky, overestimated their ability
For
to
sure.
take the fight once a few heroes got picked off. But
Yeah.
with no Aegis, they're gonna have to play this more defensively.
Yep. It was a good initiation onto the Doom, but I think they were just not counting on him having buyback gold right there. That was the way they were playing it, at least. Just, all right, throw down the wards, we'll get the racks, no problem. But Song of the Siren came out, Mantis walked back, and that made for an easy setup. The Rasta wards with Song of the Siren, it's another one of those kind of instances where they sort of counter each other. The Rasta wards will do damage while the Song of the Siren is on, so sometimes you can use those wards to secure kills if Naga's, like one hit from death and gets that last-ditch effort. Song off, the wards can finish him, but conversely, you can use the Song of the Siren, everyone's put to sleep, and then you just kill the wards and get the free gold. So
yeah, I
it's
think
kind
that was their idea in that case, was let's just focus the
Yeah.
wards down while they can't fight us. And
Yeah.
it's a smart way to use the song.
And it also was good setup as well, the way.
It set up a really nice 2-hero stomp from Centaur.
Yeah.
So that worked out pretty well.
And Centaur was so no, that's not Centaur, pardon me. Never mind. Take that back. I was going to say, Morphling is so upset here, he had to take a breather. But hopefully he can...
Rage quit.
Yeah, hopefully he can reconnect.
No, I think it's just Steam network issues.
Yeah, so I mean, hopefully he can reconnect. Hopefully Steam hasn't screwed his pooch. And
I guess since we're paused here, we can try restarting the stream. Maybe join a different ingest server.
do we want to do that?
Well, he's still disconnected, so
Do we want to ruin the chance at a FOD? We've come this far.
is it gonna be fluid?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, we have not dropped a single frame, so I don't know if XSplit is lying to us. The stream does seem like quite awful on Twitch when
Is
I'm
it?
looking at it. It was fine earlier, but
say you were blaming my local recording, and
well, it was also extra choppy with your local recording.
I'm not so sure that it was that local recording, sir, but we'll say, okay, here's the reconnect. So glad we didn't restart the stream. Well, I guess we could have come back on time, but I don't know, let me refresh on my end. Yeah, we're having some issues today, though.
Yeah, we
Maybe-
apologize for that, guys. We'll try and sort it out.
Maybe
during the
LD
break.
was a little too harsh on the Twitch chat spammers there. Apparently there are some legitimate
Well, I don't see how it
issues.
can be our fault when we're not dropping frames. Like,
Yes.
how is it our fault in that case?
No, that's
All the data's
definitely
getting
true.
to Twitch, or they're lying to us and saying it's getting there when they're not. In which
Yeah.
case, it's still their fault because they're lying to us. So it's. But yeah,
Well,
obviously, end of the day, we want it to be a working stream for you guys. So all trolling aside,
Yeah.
we do apologize, and hopefully we can get it sorted out. But I guess not right now since the game has resumed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm having some issues on my little preview. Even mobile is lagging out, so... Somewhere, some way, somebody's having a problem.
Everyone's having a problem apparently, and it's not just Europe, which sometimes is the case with Twitch. Is
Right.
the Europe capacity isn't quite what their North American capacity is,
Yeah.
but it doesn't even seem like that's the Ishkins in the chat. That's the other likely option. Just imposters.
You never know. Maybe there's a family of sea turtles that just made a new home on one of the international internet lines going through the ocean, causing
They're
havoc.
sitting on the lines. Yeah,
causing
there
havoc
you go.
worldwide. It's I don't know, LD. Maybe it's a crab infestation. Uh-oh.
Well, Cyborg Matt's on the case. He's tweeting all that. He's going ham on Twitch here on Twitter.
Good. Good. We've got Cyborg Dota deserves.
So for now, Sigma just gonna have to kind of wait out the Aegis. They have the really strong pickoff lineup with the E-Blade Dagon, the Blink Hex, or sorry, the TPX from the Prophet. But if they get pulled into a 5v5 fight and someone just gets doomed before they can get off their spells, sort of like what happened last time, they can just lose the fight. And this time there wouldn't be a Prophet buyback. There would be a Puck and a Morphling buyback. So maybe we see like the Arteezy orb die and then jaunt buyback and then jaunt in immediately kind of play.
That's pretty clutch.
Potentially.
Yeah.
And Morphling could maybe replicate back. Or no, sorry, never mind. Yeah, when you die, you lose your replicate. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Vena's gonna
fucking
get caught.
mad. He might get a little angry after this one. He'll get picked off to start off this fight. Does get off the Poison Nova, but once again, Next.kz will repel the push with a singleton pick. Well done. They're still hanging in there.
They just need to keep the lanes pushing and chill. That's all they need to do right now. Just chill, wait out the Aegis. Prophet can push one side of the map. Veno's probably not the hero he should be posting up. Then again, it's not the biggest deal if he dies.
Yeah, that's true. He is... Well, he had the gem, actually, so he was a little bit more valuable there.
Yeah, they still have a gem on Fada, though.
Is that... Oh, okay, he handed
Oh, that
it
was
over.
his gem.
Yeah,
Okay.
he handed it over, so okay. Never mind, scratch that. He did have a gem, but made
Intentional
the right
gem feed.
call. Yep.
Or intentional hero feed, but save the gem.
Here we go. Smoke from Next.kz. They want to get aggressive. And Mantis in the front lines with that Shadow Blade. Fata taking a very defensive position in the trees here. He will blink, orb, blink again, and he'll survive, but oh, Pos, you won't be so lucky. Sigma are kind of crumbling a little bit here.
It is a bit hard against Shadowblade Doom. Your gem can't be everywhere, and if you find someone, that hero's just dead, but they haven't even had to use the Doom for a lot of these kills.
Yeah,
Well, I'd still rate Sigma's chances at above 50%, but
above 50.
I'm not sure how much above. The more they keep on dying.
I would say it's still a solid, like, 75, 80%.
Yeah,
for
yeah, I
Sigma.
think so.
They're,
But it's not like the 90 it was.
you're right, yeah. There's still a chance. We see Fada being a little bit cheeky here with his puck.
He is creating so much space for his team. Really difficult for Sigma.
Yeah. Naga is still just so poor, though. Looking at her inventory, she has very little little item progression over this relatively long game here at the 43-minute mark. Sitting on a Yasha, working towards the Manta.
Surprised she didn't go back for a late Radiance. Sure, there's Morphling who can replicate you and get his own Radiance aura, and sure, it's late and you largely get the item to farm and push out the lanes, but frankly, they could have used it being down Rax early, and they could definitely use the gold. But she goes Manta now, so she's got 2 items. Doom's the Veno mid. Oh, do they want to be going for Veno?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was worth the
Well, they'll
Doom
get
ultimate.
get the deny here anyway. No deny? No,
Wow.
no deny. He just wants to go in.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. Stallcat, he takes the Dream Coil. Morphling coming in. He'll do some damage to Reeves on the back end. Another very clutch grave. Fada taking a lot of damage, but will survive. Mantis falls. He's the Aegis carrier, though, so he'll come back up. Morphling.
He just
does have a
canceled the
BKB.
song. They're going to go back in.
They want Miggle. He'll get stuck inside the ensnare. They'll finish him off, but Rasta wards come down. What a fucka, taking heavy damage. Morphling just hits so hard at this point. Naga falls. Nature's Prophet buys back. The Dazzle gets finished off by Puck around the backside. And now W33, he will make it back to safety. So Next.kz take a pretty good exchange here. Centaur falls.
Fada's still sticking around on 40 HP. He goes in with the E-Blade on Devances. This guy, what a player, but he might finally die. The Scorched Earth could cancel his blink out. Is he going to get it off in time? He will not.
And that's a gem on the ground, but they do finish off.
But they lost 4 heroes, and there's 0 buybacks. I think Sigma may have finally done it.
Yeah, it's looking very good. Miggle actually teleports into Mantis. Scared for a second, but there you go. We'll go ahead
Mantis
and
is
static
beastly,
charge
but
himself.
yeah, he'll go down.
Doom does buy back, though. The only one that has it.
Buys a halberd. But
Buys a halberd.
he's just desperate. They've finally done it. Just 1 too many buybacks, even with the Aegis. Next.kz just did not have the damage. That was really what killed them there. They don't hit hard enough.
Yep. And that will be the lane of Rax here down. Mega creeps have come out, and it is just a matter of time. Next.kz about ready to GG out, I think. Mantis will make one last stand. BKB on. Doom ultimate used onto Miggle.
Doom's one, right clicks the other.
Yeah.
Not going to get either.
And they'll just play ping pong with him. Sorry, Doom, but this is not your day. And that's it. Sigma will seal the deal.
Well, a bit of a discombobulated game with the pause, but Fada definitely the MVP. This guy played like an absolute boss. 6 and 18. But I feel like that score doesn't even reflect the space he created. Even stuff like top earlier when he was hiding in the trees, forcing out Enchantress's BKB, blinking towards mid. Just so many plays all over the map. Shut down the Naga. She was poor all game solely because he just rolled her in the lane. So, excellent play from Fada. Secure Sigma win, but it is another game where Sigma looked a little sloppy after an early lead, and I worry for them against stronger teams. Like, let's say they get that lead on EG, but Artesia is on the Naga. I could see EG coming back in that kind of a situation. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm not 100% sold on Sigma.
Yeah.
but a win is a win, right? So now they're in better position to advance to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Or to the LAN finals.
Can't take anything away from a win, but you're right. What the fuck is Naga Siren was definitely a little bit lackluster compared to someone like Arteezy, who would have played a little bit more safe, probably would have had more team support. That's one thing that EG does very well.
And also probably would have just played greedier as well.
Yeah.
Or gotten a Midas or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so a good try from Next.kz. Mantis did some serious work on that Doom. 13, 7, and 8. He was involved in quite a few of their kills. 22 out of the 28. 21. I can't do math today. Out of the 28. Still pretty impressive. Very active. But, all right, we're going to keep this break short. We're going to reset the stream. We're going to try and deal with these lag issues. We've got plenty more Dota coming up next. LD and I have one more before we trade off. It will be Cloud9 versus the Retry. For our next game, scheduled to start here just about 3 minutes ago. So we'll have a break, and hopefully we can get this lag issue sorted out. We've got LD here. He's going to yell at some people, get everybody in
I've
line.
already been yelling at them. We just need to try restarting it, see if that helps. But Twitch says we're not dropping frames on their end, so it must be a delivery issue.
Okay, so we will be back, guys. Stay tuned.